price is good only for this show. So this show ends in less than 2 hours. At that time, this price goes up. I love to make pork tenderloin, but do I smoke it? No. Do I cook it low and slow? No. But that's what Corky's does. They are an award-winning restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee. We've had them here on QVC for probably 20 years or more. And Tom Cassidy is a master smoker.
That's right.
Pit master.
Yep.
That's the word I was trying to think of. How are you, Tom?
I'm great. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Oh, boy. I got to tell you, this is a big pork tenderloin.
Yes, yes. So this is end-to-end meat, right?
Yes.
Pork. We smoke these low, no bones, no bones. We smoke these low and slow. We season them. We sauce them. You know what else we do with them? We put just this little bit right on top of this bacon crumble to get that flavor as it smokes down in there. The flavor on these is amazing.
Oh, I bet it is. You know, tell everybody why they should eat a pork tenderloin.
Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is this is like the center cut filet mignon of pork, right?
Yeah.
This is end-to-end meat. You've got all that flavor in there. You can see how moist and juicy this is right all the way through. We have slow smoked it to perfection. You can see that smoke ring all the way around the top there. You can see that in there.
Yeah.
Look at that moisture just oozing out of that bad boy.
And yet, a pork tenderloin is one of the leanest pieces of pork you can get.
Exactly
and it's why I love it. I love it because it's tender, it's juicy, it's also, as I say, it's lean. And so it's not as fatty as a lot of pork things can be.
Right. That's exactly right.
So that's one reason why people love these. But this is a big guy. This is a 2-pound pork tenderloin.
That's a finished weight. Yep.
And we actually have to give you 2 options on the flavors. Yep. You can choose the bourbon or the sweet and smoky.
Right.
So tell us about, which one do you want to tell us about first?
So what I'm cutting right here in front of me, this is a sweet and smoky.
Okay.
And sweet and smoky is one of our best flavors. Let me cut you off this little.
A
tiny little piece. Yeah, I get it. I know, you have to eat all day. There you go.
Yep. Okay.
And you're gonna, when you get that, you're gonna instantly get that smoke flavor. You're gonna get that sweet and smoky sauce. You're gonna get that low and slow, all the work we've done that you don't have to do, right?
Oh,
sweet and smoky. That's one of our best-selling flavors, right? You get that initial hit of that little bit of a molasses on the front end, then the back, you get the low and slow smoke, a little bit of tang. Really good.
Good. So good. Sweet and smoky.
Yes.
Okay,
now
talk
this
about
one,
the bourbon.
Bourbon. So bourbon's a little more sophisticated, right? Little oak barrel char. Like I said, a little more of a sophisticated flavor. Maybe more experiential is the fancy word that they like to use, right?
Cut me a small piece and I'll tell you what I think. I like to tell people what I think.
Tell me, yes. Yes, you and my wife both. Y'all got that. There you go. That's the spot.
Here we go.
So the bourbon is going to be, it's a little, like I said, a little more of a mouth feel, right? A little deeper, a little richer, a little more sophisticated. Depends on what you like, but it's going to be different. It's a, like I said, deeper, richer flavor than the sweet and the smoky.
That's right. Not as sweet.
Not as sweet. Not as sweet at all. No.
So
no.
If
With
you
that
like
notes
it less
of bourbon.
Sweet,
yes.
Go with the bourbon.
Exactly right. Both of these smoked low and slow.
And both of these are like melt in your mouth pork tenderloin.
100%.
Now, you've already cooked them when we get them.
Right.
So what do we have to do when we get them?
Easy. At Corky's, we try to take all the work out of it, right? We want to make this easy for you. So thaw it out in your fridge the evening before.
Okay.
Put it in a tightly covered dish at 350 for about 30 minutes. That's it.
350 for 30 minutes. And that is from full thaw.
Right, from full thaw.
It's got to be thawed out.
And what I do recommend, there'll be a little bit of extra sauce in the bag.
Oh, yeah. Squeeze that, baby.
Squeeze that right on top and brush it on there.
Squeeze it like you would squeeze toothpaste tubes, okay? Because you don't want to miss out on that. And one other thought, too, just as a little hint, too, is that this is going to feed quite a few people.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Like, because somebody out there is going to be like, well, what's 2 pounds? You know,
exactly.
What does that mean to
That's
me?
a great question. So you can get 8 portions out of this. That's 8 full meal-sized portions out of this. If you're turning these into sliders or something, you can get dozens out of them, because you can look. I've been cutting on this I've only halfway through it, and look at all these slices.
Now, if I have leftover Can I refreeze it or not?
You can refreeze it, or it'll last in the fridge 5 to 6 days.
Yeah.
Just like this. You can do it in the microwave, whatever you want to do.
And make some
Yes,
sandwiches.
some good sandwiches,
Some
yes.
pork tenderloin sandwiches.
Yes.
Be so yummy. If you've had these, give us a call on our testimonial line,
Right.
1-800-395-1601. We would love to hear from you. I can tell you right now, we've had your pork tenderloins.
Yeah.
I have loved them. You know, a lot of times you buy them in the stores,
Sure.
in the grocery store, and first of all, they're skinny.
Small.
They're
Yeah.
small, they're skinny. You feel like the medallions are about 1.5 inches
Right.
across.
You're not gonna have that
This
problem
is
with
a
this.
big guy. I
Yeah.
mean, look at this. This is a 2-pounder.
Right.
Look at that plate. That's showing you just
Yeah,
how many.
that's one cut up right there.
That's sliced up. And I want you to see, this is like getting 2 tenderloins, even though it's all one.
Yep.
Because look at the size of that. I mean, seriously, when you go to the grocery store, they're usually half that size. And that's a 2-pounder. Sweet and smoky, if you like more of a sweet barbecue. Less sweet would be the bourbon, but it's not at all spicy
Right,
or
no.
hot or anything like that. Because I would be the first to tell you, because I don't eat anything spicy.
Right.
But these are so yummy. I also want to remind you, what is a one-time only price? This is literally the lowest price you are going to see this at any time within the next 3 months.
Right.
Well, the next 3 months are October, November, December.
Exactly right.
So if you want to get these for, you know, around Thanksgiving or the holidays or whatever it might be, maybe you've got people coming in October. Maybe you just have, you know, a big spread because everybody's coming over to your house for the game or whatever.
Right.
You have to get these today or you will pay more. You'll pay $61.
Right.
And you don't need to spend $61 for each of these. Pay $49.98. It's worth it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
100%. And like I said, we've done the work. These are already cooked low and slow. We've done all the smoking. We've done all the seasoning. I'll cut you a little piece right there.
Yeah, thank you.
We've done that work. All you got to do is
So
thaw it out
yummy.
and cook it in your oven, right? And you can see that moisture. You can see that smoke ring. These will go in our smokers for about 8 hours, right? We're doing 8 hours worth of smoking on these seasoning. We put that little bacon crumble on the top before we smoke them to let that kind of get down in the meat. We add that sauce, the flavor's there. Everything's just really good about these.
Amazing.
Yep.
I wish you could taste the tenderness and the juiciness that I just tasted in
Yeah.
these. And the whole thing too, if you want to get more sauce, you can check to see if Corky's barbecue sauces are online. I believe they are.
They are, yep.
But here's the other thing, sweet and smoky.
Yes.
Or the bourbon.
Right.
And the bourbon is less sweet, but it's still very much barbecue.
Yes.
And then we've got the sweet and smoky. That's definitely, like if you are a person who like loves honey barbecues,
Sure.
go with the sweet and
Right.
smoky. But the bourbon one is really good too. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of people out there that don't want it so sweet.
That's right.
And that's the one
That's the
that
bourbon.
you should get the bourbon.
Yep.
Real quickly again,
Yes.
2 pounds, this price goes up at the end of this show. That's literally an hour and 45 minutes from right now. So if you want to get it, you want to get it now. You can also put it on auto delivery and have it come to you every 60 days, and you get to stay at this price. While everybody else is paying more, you get to stay at this price for up to 1 year.
Yep.
Tom Cassidy, thank you
Yes,
so
thank you.
much. That was delicious.